I'm going to talk about three different things today. First, the market in general. This is January 2nd. Happy New Year. And where I think it's going over the next couple months and why. Because things are down at the moment, which takes me to the second thing we're going to talk about. Is I'm going to go through probably about 10 different cryptos, just take a look at ones. Because what I'm doing through my portfolio, because I've been buying more than a year now, is going through and saying, all right, if we're in a position now where prices have come down, maybe I should buy more of certain crypto, or if I don't have more money to allocate, well, maybe some of the crypto isn't doing what I thought it was going to do. And over the last year hasn't made a lot of progress. So I might want to sell some and just swap it or roll it over into something else. And third, what was the third thing? Oh yeah, how to know if you're a crypto nerd. First, you're watching this show. Second, if someone says, hey, look, I got $1, and you think to yourself, oh, $1, that's like 3 H-bar. Or that's 1/10 of an ICP. Or wait, that might be one whole Ondo. You're a crypto nerd. This is Crypto for the Rest of Us. I do it 6 days a week. I'm a big dumb animal. Actually, someone commented big dirty animal, which I thought was funny and could go either way. My disclaimer, don't do what I do. This is informational purposes only, but I'm not someone who comes and does YouTube videos because I want to just make videos. This is exactly what I'm doing. And I expect this market to really do well. And let me show you, generally speaking, let's go over quickly the total market. First of all, if you use one of these altcoin season indicators, they're basically saying we're not yet in altcoin season. Now, he did pop up. We had what some people are calling that Trump effect because he was elected. And then we're coming towards the end of the year. And now we're in the new year and we're coming up to Inauguration Day. Let's look at the total market. If you're not familiar, you go to TradingView, you type in total. This is the market cap of all crypto. It's at 3.3 trillion. I want to show you this. This is a weekly chart. This right here is 2021, 2022 rally. And that blue line is where it peaked. If you notice, we went through it and we've come back down almost to test it. That's good. Quite a few people will tell you they believe it's going to 10 trillion, 12 trillion, 15. I'd be happy with the 10 trillion range. That's a 3x from here. Now, this is everything. So you might be thinking, all right, well, it shot through that. So we're in altcoin season. Well, hold on. This includes Bitcoin and Ethereum. If we look at total 3, you type in TOTAL3, it takes out Bitcoin and Ethereum. Notice here, I'm sorry for my voice. I've been sick. If I had a penny for all the times I blew my nose, oh my gosh, I'd have $1. And here you can see it was about 1.1 trillion. There's the peak of last time. So notice on the total market, we did go through and we're potentially going to come test it. On everything taking out Bitcoin and Ethereum, because theoretically in the past, Bitcoin's taken off first, money's rolled into Ethereum, then it goes into altcoins. Whether or not that plays out, I don't know. But here you can see, if you take out Bitcoin and Ethereum, all the other coins didn't quite pass last time's top, and it tested it and bounced off of it. Then you can take out the top 10 crypto coins. That's a large chunk of money, but quite a few up there are like stable coins. And of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum. So you take out Bitcoin, you take out Ethereum, you got 8 others, 1 or 2 are stable coins. What is that? Type in others and look at this. Here's what's interesting. It didn't even hit last time's peak. So last time's peak is this orange line, and we didn't even hit it yet, and we've kind of bounced off. So that tells me that right now, the market's playing out the same way it did last time. You got the Bitcoins and the Ethereums taking off, pushing everything through last time's highs. But then if you take them out, they didn't pass last time's highs. And if you take out the top 10, we didn't even touch last time's highs. All right, one more thing. If we look at the dominance of others, so this is others, it's about 350 billion. The dominance of others, you type in others.d, and that tells you the percent. It's around, let's see what it is here, 10.7%. So of the total of 3.3 trillion, 10% of it is others, which is everything except for the top 10, which makes sense because it's 3.3 trillion. 10% comes out to be about 3.5. I guess it would be 3.3. So it's 11%. So there you go. It's 11% of that total market. Okay, what does that mean? Well, if money comes out of Bitcoin and moves into Ethereum and then moves into the other coins, we're going to see more money here. if we have a 10 trillion market cap, at the moment, we would be 10% of that. But last time, here it is 2022, this is a weekly chart, the dominance got up to almost 20%. So what would that mean? Okay, well, if we hit 20%, I'm not saying we will, but if we were to hit 20% and let's say the market goes to 10 trillion, well, that's $2 trillion, right? 20% of 10 trillion is 2 trillion. And we're sitting at 350 billion. So that's what, a 6x to get to 2 trillion? That would mean this others would go from 10% to 20, and 20% of 10 trillion is 2. So to get from 350 to 2 trillion would be a 5 to 6x. That's what's in my head. 1, we're not in altcoin season yet. We didn't even touch last time's highs. 2, the dominance is way down, meaning the money has yet to flow into altcoins like it did last time. I'm not thinking it'll hit 20%, but I'm looking, generally speaking, still for a 5 to 6x. Okay, great. That's the market. Here's the next thing to do. And let me just take a look at, give me a second here, some of the ones I went through when I did my portfolio. We'll look at layer 1, DeFi, and AI real quick. You can go to something like CoinMarketCap. And maybe you're not in layer 1s and you think they'll do okay. You're not in DeFi yet, or you're not in AI. You can come over here, just go cryptocurrencies, hit categories, and then pick the category you want to jump into, the DPIN, real world assets, whatever it may be. Let's just look into layer 1s. Let me find that real quick. You can just do a search on the page itself. We jump into layer 1s. You can scroll down. You can see they'll put up here like the last 24 hours, the last 7 days. Let's take a look at a couple. Now here's one I've been in for a while, SUI. You can click into SUI. It'll give you the basic information. You can use a chart up here, but I just like to go to TradingView. By the way, if you haven't used TradingView, use it, figure it out. They have a free version, which is amazing. And just suck it up, watch some videos and learn how to use it. Here's SUI on a weekly. Now, I'm looking at this, and it was just this August when it had dropped to 0.4. And now it's at 4. I mean, what's that, a 10x for some people already? And it could continue to skyrocket, just not one I'm interested in because it's already had such a run up. I'm already in it. Point is, would I buy more or switch to here? No, not on SUI. Let's look at 2 more layer 1s that I think are very interesting. I like NEAR because it's specific to AI. Now, this is a weekly chart. And we're looking at, what did I do, the NEAR? Oh, hold on, here we go. That was the total market cap, which is actually a good thing to look at, to be completely honest with you. But here's the NEAR chart. I have some lines on here. Let's see. Back in November of 24, right, just 2 weeks ago, we were down around 3 something. It had shot up to 8. It's back down to 5.5. I don't think that's a terrible entry point right now. That might be one that if I wanted to pick up more, if you're not in it, that had quite the drop just from December till now. So from December till now, it went from almost $8 to $5. That's significant. That's almost a 50% drop. I believe in NEAR for the long term, so that's one I would look into. Let's look at a couple more here. Let's look at ICP. I'm picking ones for a particular reason. So ICP, and these are weekly charts, so they're not as volatile here. This was back in April of this year when we had that rally when it shot up almost to $19. Then recently, this past December, it had rallied to almost 15. It's down to 10. So it's 30% off of 15 down to 10. And from this summer, it's at 19 down to 10, which is a 50% drop. And it only got as low this year as what? Around 7. So to me, if you're interested in ICP, this is not a bad entry point or bringing your costs down or buying some more. Actually, my cost is not that much lower than this. So that's not a bad one. That's 50% off just from a month ago, 33% off, 50% off since the summer. Let's just do a couple more. DeFi. I'm picking categories that I think are going to do really well. There's Arrow, which is the decentralized exchange on the Base network. And let's see, this summer or September-ish, twice this year it dropped to around 50 cents. It shot up to $2, and now it's around $1.50. I don't think that's a bad entry point for Arrow. I really think this could be a 5 to 10x. Actually, I'm hoping it'll be more of like a 10x on some of these decentralized exchanges. That's not bad. So that first one we looked at was SUI. That one was a no-go just because of how much it's shot up, in my opinion. Maybe a lower entry point would be good. Now, Morpho's fairly new. It's had quite a run. I don't know if I would get in now or maybe just look to see if it's going to have somewhat of a pullback. You'd have to look at more like a daily or an hourly chart to see if you can find some channels of support and resistance and where you might want to try to pick some up. I'm not sure we're going to have another pullback. I mean, we will. We'll have pullbacks along the way. But it wouldn't surprise me if it came back down around the $3 range before it maybe tick off. If it got to $2.80 to $3, that's probably a good entry point. Okay, Morphos in borrowing and lending. Here's one, if you've been following my channel, that I owned for a while. Got out of it. It dropped in price, and I got back in for no other reason than it dropped in price. So my price is really low. GFI. I haven't been very happy with their progress. And I looked this weekend, and it hasn't had more progress. I'm not sure they're doing much of anything, to be honest with you. So I'm looking to potentially get out of this. I'm not suggesting you get in. And where I get out might just depend on how well this DeFi market does or not. Okay, 4 more real quick. Ondo. Ondo, big market cap, real world assets, treasuries, and treasuries with BlackRock got up to just over $2. It's down to $1.50, so that's a 25% drop here. It had been as low as 50 cents. So, people who got it as low as 50 cents, they're at a 3x right now, which isn't terrible. When we looked at SUI, those people got it. They're already at an 8x or more. So, in other words, there could be quite a bit of people getting out as it starts to move a little bit. If these people are only at 2 to 3x, we might not have a lot of dumps from the people who got in this range. Anyway, I think Ondo is still a good buy at $1.50, in my opinion. Let's look at AI, Fetch. Well, it's not Fetch, it's the American Super Intelligence Alliance or whatever it is. 340 back in this year, down to $1.40. I think that's a good buy-in. 80 cents, so at the moment, no one's even at 2x. It had gotten up to 2.2, so it's 25% off. It came back down. It's testing this area here just like it was last year. Fetch not bad. So far everything looks like it's on sale, so to speak. You didn't miss these. Now Render down around 4, 4.5, shot up to 10, down to 7.6. Again, that one's 25% off. But it had gotten up around 13 earlier this year. Not bad. And Render's a high market cap. I think Render will do well. I don't think it's going to be because it's already such a large market cap like Ondo. I don't think they're 10, 20, 30xing, but I think they'll do well. Last one, Aether, ATH. I think this is a good play. 7 cents. It had gotten up to 8 or 9. And so it went from 9 cents down to 6. That's 30% off. And now it had a little bounce, 7 cents. I think that's a good one to get into. Anyway, that's what I would do if I were you. I would go through, see if there's something you might want to get rid of. Just in that list of 10 that I've been purchasing over time, I said, okay, SUI, no, not going to get back in or roll any more in. I'm already have a position, and it seems to be kind of high already. GFI, well, I'm looking to get out of that one, and maybe I'm just going to roll it in. To be quite honest with you, I might just get out now and roll it into something else, like Aether's a good price. What were some of the other ones? Arrow's still not bad. I've already got enough ICP. See how I said that? For you, you might not have any ICP, or you might not have enough, or whatever your position is. So you got to look at your portfolio differently. But this is my opinion, and I hope it makes sense. Looking to say, okay, I still think we're not in altcoin season. I still think we've got at least a 5x, and that's on just the generic. In other words, everyone should do close to a 5. For those that are doing a 2 or 3, there's going to be those doing an 8 or 10. And that's what we're trying to figure out, the ones that are going to go and outperform the market. I hope this was helpful. Use this as a guide. I think this is a great time right now, early January. If you're on break or you've got a day off or 2 days off, this is your money. Put 5 hours into it. Go through everything and be honest with yourself. Do you think the money, if you don't have more to put in, could be better used in a different one and just swap it? Of course, there are tax consequences. I'm not saying swap it because you don't have to pay taxes or something. If you have a gain, you still do. The point is, you just might want to move it into a faster horse. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Hope we can all make generational wealth together with crypto.